Hey, Shalom. Damn, it's lucky. Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would like to begin this lesson off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, 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 Barakateh Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who've taught us all this truth and the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, back with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying to the hopeful elect. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Barakathum to you sincere Akyum, Wa'akwathium, and a sincere shalom to you brothers that are out here pushing this truth out there on the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons, man. Shalom to you all. Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying once again and exhorting to the elect, because that is the only people we are here for. We are not here for unbelievers. And so what if some did not believe? As Apostle Paul said, shall that make the faith of the Most High of none effect? God forbid. So who cares if niggas don't believe? The majority of the people are not supposed to believe. 2/3 will perish in America, and only 1/3 will be saved. You understand? So who the fuck cares if most don't believe? They weren't supposed to. The book of Romans 11:7 says the election hath obtained it, but the rest were blinded. So the only thing that matters is the election. Fuck the 2/3. Fuck a rebellious Israelite around the world. All right? Fuck them. They ain't gonna make it no goddamn way. Time's too damn short. Fuck them if they don't want to get it. The scripture said in Isaiah 55:6, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. He's able to be found right now. He's near to be called upon on. All right? To be called upon. And if Jake don't want to do that, they don't want to hearken to the mouth of the prophets, which is that wisdom crying out, or crying without in the streets, in the chief place of concourse. That's Proverbs 1:20. That wisdom that's crying out is the prophets. The prophets have the wisdom given by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And if Jake don't want to turn here for a bear, they don't want to hear, and they just want to forbear, nigga, fuck them. Fuck them. Cast them off as a heathen man, like our big brother, our beloved big brother, our beloved king told us to do. If a nigga can't get it, cast the nigga off like a heathen man. Treat him like he a heathen. Treat her like she a heathen. Treat the little niglet like he a heathen or she a heathen. All right? Treat him like a heathen. Now, that don't mean go around beating their ass. That's all right, treat him like a heathen. It just means, all right, fuck you. You ain't gonna get it? Well, the Lord gonna deal with you. All right? He gonna judge you with the heathens. You're gonna be numbered with the heathens. All right, because the nuclear fire isn't necessarily for Jake. It's really for Esau in this empire over here. But, nigga, you want to be wicked, you're going to be caught up in that judgment. All right? So anyway, Salaki for that long intro. We back with the second Esdras 11. Lord willing, we're going to finish it out. We're going to start from verse 37. This is where we left off yesterday, so let's finish that on off. All right, so said I was going to start at verse 7, read that again. So we know where we're at now. We could just do that. All right, second Esdras 11:37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion. All right, a roaring lion. We already went over that yesterday. You go watch the part 2. All right, you could go towards the end of the lesson where I was getting into it. But that roaring lion, once again, is talking about Yahweh Shai. You know that by going over here to chapter 12, around about 31. Yep, around about 31. It literally tells you that, and as well as the book of Revelation, chapter 5 and verse 5. All right, it tells you that. All right, so that roaring lion is Yahweh Shai, chased out of the wood. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle and said, all right, the eagle, we know that's the Roman Empire, right? So anyway, all right. It says, hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, art not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them. Now, time out. Where is that going back to? Daniel 7. Daniel 7 and 7, that fourth beast. And the end of the world is going to come through that fourth beast. Now, did the world end necessarily? Did this heathen rulership, era of the heathens rule end when the Romans fell in around 476 AD, around that time, give or take? Did the world technically end at that point? No. All right, because now you have heathens in rulership again. All right, and you may say, well, the Dark Ages, right? You always say the Dark Ages, y'all was ruling, right, over there in Europe. Well, yeah, but you gotta put into perspective that was only 3 tribes. That was just the Southern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom wasn't over here ruling during the Dark Ages. They were in America. They were in the Americas, North, Central, and South America. They weren't over here. So, no, that wasn't our glorious rulership. Yahweh Shai wasn't here. We really wasn't in the land. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Because we had already been scattered out the land at that point because of that 70 AD. So, I mean, no. That wasn't the end. The end has yet to come. So, the fourth beast, the end of the world has not come through the fourth beast yet. But then the fourth beast, as I went into last lesson, got revived. Read that Revelation 13 and various other scriptures. That fourth beast got revived. Man, bitches can't just look up from their phone when walking. That a lot of these hoes gonna get destroyed, man. Because they so unawares of what the fuck is going on in their environment, man. This woman walked out the building, and this bitch ain't looked up from the phone yet. She walking the path, ain't looked up from the phone yet. This shit diabolical. And I try my best not to do shit like that. Just be on the phone while walking. I try my best. Now, there are times where you may be doing a lesson or you're looking for a precept or listening to a lesson, that's different. But nigga just on the phone, bro, these people are through. Especially these women. Emphasis on these women. More women are going to die than men. Because there are more women than men. And women are more wicked than men. So, there you go. But Salakia for that. It just that stuff aggravates me. My demon does that shit at times. I'm like, bitch, a nigga come grab you up right now. You would have took unawares. You wouldn't even notice. Dumbass. That shit vexes me. Women, y'all out here acting like we ain't in evil times, like y'all not the most vulnerable thing walking. It's crazy work, man. But hey, y'all at ease and in pleasure, so that's why. Y'all say y'all understand certain things can happen to you until it actually happens, and you, yeah, you should have known that could happen, But whatever. Let's get back to it. So then you had that revived. The Roman Empire went down. Tactical strike, internal type stuff. It wasn't by fire like it said it would in Daniel 7. It said the fourth beast would go out by flame and fire, right? That did not happen to the ancient Roman Empire. When you look at how the ancient Roman Empire fell, it was more tactical, So, and when I say tactical, it was a lot that went into that. It wasn't no fire, all right? Now, America is here, and NATO and the EU, which is the Roman Empire. NATO and the EU is the revived Roman Empire. America is a part of that because they're part of that NATO, but America is that little horn in Daniel 7 and 8, and America is that great whore that's spoken all about in Revelation, all right? That sitteth on the back of the beast, because America is the spearhead of this thing. So now we're back in the revived Roman Empire, the whore being America, Babylon the Great, right? Now you're going to see that end be brought through the fourth beast. Now you're going to see that end be brought through the fourth beast. Now you are. And I thought the scriptures weren't, I thought the Apocrypha wasn't canon. Why is this going back to Daniel 7 and 7? Why is this reverting back? If the Apocrypha isn't canon. I mean, come on now. Anyway, there's a reason the Bible Destruction Group took this stuff out in the 1800s. This is the reason. All right. So anyway, the end's going to come through this revived Roman Empire, mainly America, right? Because not every nation that was a part of this revived Rome is going to be destroyed by nukes, but America will be, all right? Now, that don't mean they ain't going to get touched, but they ain't going to be fully annihilated like Babylon the Great will. You understand? So there you go. Where was I going to go? Let's go. I had a lot here. A lot of more precepts I could touch upon on that 39th verse. Yeah, Armageddon, Yahweh Shaphat, third woe, lake of fire. We know all about that. Death by fire, Daniel 7:11. Really, I quoted all these things except for that the least of the flock shall draw them out, which if you don't know what the least of the flock is, that's going into the small hats. All right, they're the least of all the nations, the small hats. All right. They're drawing out everybody to war. If you haven't paid attention, the small hats are drawing America to war, Iran, Russia, etc. They're drawing everybody out to war. So anyway, let's see. Third War, Lake of Fire, yeah. I mean, I pretty much quoted all that. It's not necessary for me to actually go to those precepts. But anyway, verse 40. All right. Now it says, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were passed. All right, now this is talking about the Roman Empire. That fourth beast came, and basically they had the greatest rule out of all the other beasts, which it even says that, all right, to an extent, parabolically, when you read Daniel 7:7, all right, because each kingdom, each empire, each beast got stronger, all right? So, you had the Assyrians, the Babylonians were stronger. The Medo-Persians were stronger than them. The Grecians were stronger than them, and the Romans were stronger than them, and this revived Rome is even stronger than that, right? So that, that's what it's going into, man. And it says, it had power over the world with great fearfulness, all right? So they do. Does it not? All right? Did the Roman Empire not do that? Right? And you can even liken that unto the revived Roman Empire. Is it not? Well, now it's waning, but at its peak, when it was the American dream, did it not have dominion over all the world? Nobody would stand against America in its glory days. Come on now. Anyway, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression, and so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. All right, so there you go. And that's just basically going into this empire. Especially still, because, this is still going into, that one nigga, what we was just talking about, trying to remember from the last lesson, Domitian too, yep, Domitian, it's still going into Domitian to an extent too, but just Rome in general, it ruled with great deceit, the revived Roman Empire as well, right, and just to get some precepts going into this empire ruling through deceit, right. I wonder if I still got that pulled up. Yes, sir. Was that Kale I just had on here? Oh, it is. I had that up here because Evite here at the plantation, because I'm on lunch doing this lesson. It's Evite here at the plantation, who's my trainer, because I'm new to the job. I'm training me. I'm like, said something about, I said, it smells like kale, because I said my office is right by the break room. It smelled like kale. Somebody got some cooked kale in there. And she was like, kale, what's that? Bitch, you're 27 and don't know what kale is? What the fuck? Like, that's not even like an unknown herb. That's a very known herb. I love kale. I know it's in the dirty 15, but shit, it's best of the fucking worst. You know what I'm saying? I love kale. That's my favorite green, to be honest with you. But yeah, I looked it up and showed her it, and she's like, she said, nah. I said, what? Keep the healthy stuff away from me. I don't look good. What? Do you like salad? Yeah, you can just use it as a salad. You gotta eat the shit raw. She eat hot chips at 9:30 in the morning. Takis. Nigga, what? Bro, our whole nation outside of the elect, Lord willing, we had that number, needs to be damn nuked. These people are through, especially the so-called black woman. Over with. So let me go to these precepts I was talking about. All right, let's hit this Revelation, the 12th chapter, all right? You're going to hit him, and quit him, all right? Hit him real quick. Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon, talking about the Roman Empire, was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. All right, the devil just means deceiver, slanderer, accuser. Satan just means the adversary. All right, and serpent just goes into how cunning it is, how deceitful it is. All right, deceitfully cunning. All right, crafty. Right, which they are the crafty. That's why the Lord said in Job 5 and 12, the Lord disappointed the devices of the crafty. All right, and did not let their hands perform their enterprise. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, so just to show you, there's a lot of people try to say, how do you link Esau to the serpent in the garden? You know, because Esau didn't exist yet. How you link him to the sons of the wicked? Well, first off, sons of the wicked, because Malachi 1 and 4. Let's get that out the way first and foremost. Secondly, right here, because this is talking about the great dragon, which is the Roman Empire. You know it's the Roman Empire. When you go up early in the chapter, you can link when it talks about the dragon wanted to slay the son, whatever it said, right? Link that with Matthew 2. That's going into Herod the Great, which was who? Well, if your spirit can receive it, the scriptures didn't say, but if your spirit can receive it, he was an Amalekite. He was a Roman emperor at the time, a Roman general, ruler, whatever the fuck you want to have you. All right, fuck the nigga. I don't care what his position was. Nonetheless, the nigga was trying to kill your house shot. So you link that, you know this is talking about the Roman Empire, right? And then it's called the Roman Empire, that old serpent. Well, who ran the Roman Empire? So-called white people, Edomites. So that's how you link the serpent in the garden being Esau. This is one way to link it. There are multiple ways. This is one way to link it. Old serpent in the garden. What is Esau? It was just Esau before it was Esau, but it was the spirit of Esau. You have Cain, went down to Cain, then went down to act literally Esau. Simple math. Anyway, if your spirit can receive it, like Yahweh Shai says, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. His angels talking about his army and, you know, warships, whatever you have, whatever have you, everything that's used for him to fight, you know, against the Lord. All right. So, yeah, ruled the earth, compassed the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. A few more precepts to back that. You go to that Revelation 20. Hit it and quit it. This is a topic I'm very well versed on. I love talking about this deceitful nigga in the Renaissance and iconoclasm. So this shit in the back of my mind always. Because this devil got to pay for this shit, man. The nigga got to pay for this shit. Fucking wicked ass nigga. Give me one moment. Nigga got to pay for this shit, dog. Nigga got to pay for this shit. There we go. All right, Salakia. Revelation 20 and 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit. The hymn is talking about the Roman Empire. All right. If your spirit can receive that, you just read up here again. It says the old devil serpent, you know, the devil, old serpent, you know, goes into all of that, you know. In fact, we might as well start verse 1. Edification's sake. I don't want y'all to be confused if you're new watching. It says, Revelation 20 and 1, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. The bottomless pit is talking about Europe, over there in Europe, that land, over there in that region, all right, of Western Asia, all right, that region, Western Asia, all right, so the Holy Land included, all right, the Holy Land included, because over there in the Holy Land, because what the bottomless pit, that's what the bottomless pit is talking about. But what the bottomless pit represents, that's what it's talking about, the area. But what it represents is that it's barren. When you go into it, it's barren, meaning the land won't bear fruit. It won't bring forth fruit. You could till it all you want, it won't bring forth any fruit. You understand? Because the Lord plagued that land on purpose, because who's over there is not who's supposed to be over there. And they're ruling in wickedness, right? So that's why they got to import goods to Israel and Europe and all that shit. That's why nothing grows over that motherfucker, right? Okay then. So that's what it's talking about, right? So the Holy Land included, like I said, because they're barren. The Holy Land is barren too. Like I said, Israel got to import shit into the Holy Land because nothing grows there. Anyway, it says having the key of the bottomless pit and the great chain. Now that great chain is talking about being brought into subjection. You could say slavery, all right, but it wasn't like a hardcore slavery that the Edomites went through at that time. But nonetheless, the Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire, got overcome by the East, which was which was Jake, really. That really represents Jake. So basically, this was the start of the Dark Ages. This was when Rome fell. All right, the Edomite rulership of Rome fell. All right, that's really what it's going into. Now it says that he laid hold on the dragon, the Roman Empire, ran by Esau, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Right? Now, I mean, that's going to the dark ages. The dark ages was roughly 1,000 years when you look into the history, line it up. Like I said, you could do the research on your own. Everything's so rushed. I can't stand this kingdom. Verse 3. And cast him. I can know at the same time, because that means we about to get up out of here. It's just, I'm thinking about it now. It's like, damn, man. When the kingdom gonna be here? Shit. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up. All right? Meaning he was still over there, but Jake was ruling. So he was in subjection to Jake. And a lot of them Edomites went back to them Caucasus and all that shit. And it says, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. After that, he must be loosed a little season. So he must be loosed for a little season after that. Now, we're in that little season. The revived Roman Empire, we're in that little season right now. He's being loosed to deceive the whole world again. Right? So he was deceiving them before. It shows you the ancient Roman Empire, he was deceiving them. Then he got stopped for a while. Then you jump down, because if your spirit can receive it, verse 4 through 6 is going into something completely different. Then you jump down to 7, resumed. All right, verse 3 is resumed. And when the 1,000 years are expired, so the end of the Dark Ages, Esau come back into rulership, the crime family, the Borgia family, all that shit, and how it started. Renaissance era, roughly around 1200 to 1300 AD, roughly around that time frame. It says what they're going to do. They're going to what? Satan, the adversary, right, talking about Esau, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Got the whole earth drunk. The whole earth drunk off their wine, like the scripture said this place would, right? It's mainly Babylon the Great, America, all right? Mainly them, all right? So this is what this is going into. The Roman Empire, NATO and the EU, but mainly Babylon the Great, all right? Because they're spearheading all that. They're the face of all that. They're the ones making all the shot calling. They're the ones that the elites are using to call the shots through. So it's America, right? But all that, of course, if you understand what I'm saying. I know I said that a little confusing. If you know, you know. No, I'm playing. But it says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, which Magog just means from Gog, all right? Now, that's talking about, right here, that's talking about Russia. All right, when you go to Isaiah 13, it even speaks about Russia concerning World War III. In Isaiah the 13th chapter, anywhere past the 16th verse, that's where it talks about it. I can't give you the exact verse, but if you read past verse 16, that's where it starts talking about it. In Isaiah 13. And you got Ezekiel 37. I mean, no, not 37. That's the 12 tribes chart. Ezekiel 38. Forgive me. Ezekiel 38 concerning the guard, right? Because we know ancient Gog were the Japhites, but this right here is talking about the modern day Gogs, which is Russia. All right, run by what? Edomites, just a better Edomite for destruction. All right, so it says to gather them together to battle, World War III, Armageddon, a mountain of troops, Yahweh Shaphat. All right, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. All right, and then yeah, there you go. So that's pretty much all I want to get. Show you this kingdom is very deceptive. All right, a few more, then we're gonna move on. I'm really going into more than I should, but if I get point got to be made, right? This. Put that in NLT. Got to be edified, right? Isaiah 32:5. In that day, ungodly fools will not be heroes. Scoundrels will not be respected. It's talking about Esau. For fools speak foolishness and make evil plans. That's what this devil does. They practice ungodliness and spread false teachings about the Lord. They deprive the hungry of food. They give no water to the thirsty. Now here's the point. The smooth tricks of scoundrels of evil. They plot crooked schemes. They lie to convict the poor, even when the cause of the poor is just. So that's this devil being deceptive, ruling in a deceptive manner. All right, then I'm going to quote the other ones. I ain't going to go to them for time's sake. But the other ones I do have here to go to. Daniel 9:24. If you don't know what that says, it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. That's supposed to say Job 9:4. Salakia. I'm like, that don't sound right. Forgive me, that's supposed to say Job, not Daniel. I don't even know if it's 24 verses in Daniel 9. I don't think it is. I ain't read it in a minute. I don't think it is. It's even that many verses in that chapter. Job 9:24. I'm like, that don't sound right. Daniel. Job 9:24. Salakia. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, deception. He changed how Yahweh and Yahweh Shai look. He changed how we look. He put different people. He went to the Holy Land and acted like the Amalekites are really us, which the scripture said he would do that in Ezekiel the 36th chapter in the 5th verse. It said this devil will go into the Holy Land. It said it, my nigga. And you got multiple scriptures that say this. Another scripture somewhere that says a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Ashdod is a city in Israel, man. That's one of our cities, nigga. And they ain't just talking about the Amalekites. That's also talking about the Ishmaelites and the Elamites. You got them over there too in the land, right? So, yeah. What else did I have here? Oh, yeah, they changed how Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. They changed their ways. Not just how they look, but their ways. They changed their names. That's why you got Revelation 11:8. All right. The dead body shall lie in the great city called Sodom and Egypt, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, wherein our Lord was crucified. The Lord Yahweh Shai wasn't crucified in America. He wasn't crucified in Egypt. He wasn't crucified in Sodom. Where was he crucified? He was crucified during the Roman Empire by the Edomite Romans, given up by the Israelites, starting with Judas Iscariot, and it happened in our land, Jerusalem. He was crucified in Jerusalem, right? But anyway, what I mean by that is talking about his image was changed, his name was changed, his ways were changed. That's what it's going into, all right? Now, also, I do have here Colossians 2:8. It basically goes on into don't be deceived by the vain philosophies and vain deceits. You know, be weary of them, all right? Because that's what this devil works off of. He plays off of that, right? So, yeah, that's really much it. Let's jump to this verse 41. See if we can. Let's see if we can get it in real quick. I'm about to have to end it off soon. Let's see if we can get it in real quick. Okay, my timer's still safe. 14 minutes. Oh, we should be able to get this in, Lord willing. So we're going to jump down to verse 41. Yeah, 41. So it says, for the earth hast thou not judged with truth. This devil didn't judge the earth with truth. He didn't. This nigga did not judge the earth in truth. He judged the earth through what? Deceit. Deceit. All right, which is wicked, man. That shit wicked as hell. And to get a precept to back that, let's get this Isaiah 26:10. Look at this. Who's the wicked? Read Malachi 1:4. It's Esau. Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shewed to the wicked. Esau got favor shewed to him. How the so-called white man get favor shewed to him? What you mean? How many rulerships did all the other heathens typically have? Like, I'm talking about major rulerships. I'm not talking about small shit. One. All the other heathens only had one. Like I said, I'm talking about major ones, not small ones. All right? They only had one. All right? And if you want to be technical, the Assyrians had two, because the Babylonians were the Assyrians. If you want to be technical, but you know. And then you have the Canaanites. They had a couple rulerships. You know, they were ruling during the time of Babel. That whole Babel situation early in Genesis, like around Genesis 11. I forget where it speaks about it. It's early in Genesis though. That Tower of Babel that was ran by the Canaanites. You also have Sodom and Gomorrah that was run by the Canaanites. You got the Egyptians ruling Egypt. Typically it was one or so, but Esau had three. Ancient Greece, ancient Rome, right, Greco-Rome, and the revived Roman Empire. This nigga that got three. The Lord done shewed some favor to this devil. He said in Jeremiah 51, this place, Babylon the Great, has been a golden cup in his hand, right? And it says, yet, all right, will he not learn righteousness? He gave this devil right rulership, and the nigga still ain't did righteousness, man. And the land gave him 3 chances to do it, by mind you. You would think on the 3rd chance the nigga will understand, because number 3 represents understanding. Now it says, in the land of uprightness he deal unjustly. What's that land of uprightness? Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. It says that, goes into that in our 2nd Maccabees. All right, so we are people before we are a place. So it's talking about us, the Israelites, the people. He dealt with us unjustly, treacherously, which the Lord said he would, because that's his devil. And the Lord used him as a whooping stick to punish us ultimately. And also, he is, if you want to be literal, he is dealing unjustly in the land right now, like in the literal land. That's why Tel Aviv was getting bombed to the floor a few months ago. All right. And it says, it will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. He don't uphold the majesty of Yahweh. He don't uphold Ha-Hawad of Yahweh. He don't do it. Hawad means majesty. All right, he don't uphold it. He don't uphold it, man. He don't. That's why this nigga gotta pay. Yep. He judged the earth in truth, man. That's why this nigga gotta go. All right, you got 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. You know, all these precepts, man. All these precepts getting into that, man, you know? All that. Let me see. We get on this other phone. Today would be lovely, though. I don't think I need that one. No, that don't go with this. These more so, Salaki, I do have some precepts I want to touch upon on this verse, but these kind of go with the last verse, so it's okay. Spirit kind of passed on that then. Yeah, I guess we could read this one. Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You really start a couple verses up. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right? It's going into how Esau operates, man. So war is always in this nigga's heart. That's the point I want to get from this verse. So this nigga did not judge the earth in truth. How you judging the earth in truth if you're always waging war? And you're waging it deceitfully. You will tell a nigga, and you did this multiple times to Iran and many other people, you will tell a nigga, hey, let's have a meeting, let's have peace talks, discussions, and then while you're having those talks, you will fucking bomb the niggas. Like, nigga, what? You will bomb the niggas while having peace talks. Like, come on, my nigga. This shit is unjust, the way you deal and operate. All right, you bring forth unrighteous decrees. Nigga, you just a wicked-ass devil. You're a wicked-ass devil, and you got a lot to pay for. You have a lot to pay for. A lot, my nigga. All right, the Lord gonna get your ass. It's lucky, yeah. At that Revelation 20 and 8, we already touched upon that. We don't need to get that, you know. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, we get that Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, we get that. But we'll read verse 42 first. But thou hast afflicted the meek. Who is the meek? The Israelites. Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Who is that? The Israelites. And Jake always just want to live in peace, right? You hurt the peaceable. Jake always, I just want to be in peace, man. I just want everybody to chill. All this shit this devil did to us, man. I just want to be able to live in harmony, man, you know? All this shit the nigga did to us. You even had an Edomite woman, a brother mentioned this a lot, that you had an Edomite woman come out and make a video, an old Edomite woman say, our people is the greatest people on the planet. All this stuff that they people have done to us, and Jake still will say, you know, I just want to live peaceably, man. It don't even matter. I don't even want to get back. You know? Let's talk about Jake, man. The peaceable is Jake. Now, me personally, brothers personally, nigga, we won't get back, and the Lord willing, gonna give us that get back, whether we had the elect or not. We gonna get back at the end of the day. Because in the kingdom, all Israel gonna get back. Yeah, fuck all that. All right? So, it says, thou hast loved liars, all right, and destroyed the dwelling. So Esau loved liars. This nigga taps into that left-hand side all the time. This nigga like going to witches. This nigga loves to lie, right? And it says, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit. All right? Who is that talking about? Destroyed the dwellings of Israelites that brought forth fruit. That's a part of the curses, matter of fact. When you go to the book of Deuteronomy, let's get that here. Deuteronomy 28. That's a part of the curses, man. Yep. Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Now, this is really going back into when we were in hardcore slavery. All right? When we have a wife and Esau come and grape her, you know, and bring forth seed through her and shit like that. And just a bunch of wicked shit, man. But that's also going into today's times because a lot of people's wives commit adultery. So, and it says, thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein, right? And it says, thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. So, you know, you're bringing forth fruit, you're bringing forth works, and Esau just tearing that shit up. You don't even get to reap the benefits because this devil either A, destroys the shit, or B, takes it from your ass. All right? Regardless, you don't get to reap from it. Right? Also, you got that Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Let's get that. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. And it reads, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. We're doing that right now. Revelation 11 goes into that too. Before the face of such as have afflicted him. Who? Esau. And made no account of his labors. Esau never make account of our labors, man. Bringing forth fruits also goes into just being laboring, right? That's also what it goes into. Salakia. So it says it has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. We ain't do this nigga no harm, but this nigga terrorizing our ass. It's terrorizing us, man. Terrorizing us. And this is really going back to 70 AD like I was going into last lesson. I'm not going to go all the way into that again. Just go watch the second part. Right? But there you go. You know, the scriptures say this devil has a perpetual hatred against us. When you read Amos 1 and various other scriptures, Ezekiel 35 said this nigga hate us in there perpetually. Right? And it says since this nigga ain't hated blood gonna pursue the fuck nigga. All right, since he want to just continuously spill our blood, guess what? Blood gonna pursue this hoe ass nigga. It's gonna pursue this hoe ass nigga, man, because that's exactly what Esau is, a hoe ass nigga. That nigga a hoe ass nigga. You go a hoe nigga, a bitch nigga. Fuck a hoe, fuck a bitch. I'm being funny. If you watch my lessons, you know what I'm referring to. It's a lesson about women on this channel. The nigga said, fuck a hoe, fuck a bitch nigga, fuck a hoe. But in this case, I'm talking about Esau wicked ass, man. I'm talking about Esau hoe ass. All right. Shit. Oh my goodness, man. We forget. Oh man. Yes, sir. So we're going to get to verse 43. It says, therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. How is this devil's wrongful dealing come up to the highest? Well, when you go to Jeremiah, we actually pull this. I'll pull this one. How about that? Jeremiah 51. Verse 9. We're going to jump straight to the point. All right. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. Isaiah 13 gets into this as well. Meaning you have a lot of people here that are now starting to go back home. And you got a lot of these heathens over here. Niggas better just, I'm going to say this, niggas better just hope they able to go back home since they came over here for that damn World Cup. But you got a lot of heathens starting to go back home to their lands that was in America. And also you just have a lot of nations not fucking with America. They don't know, I'm going to fuck with my own people. Fuck y'all. Right? And it says, for her judgment, who? Babylon, the great America, reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yes, sir. So his judgment reached to heaven. So it's time for the Lord to bring it down. Meaning his judgment, when they say his judgment reached into the heaven, it don't mean literally the judgment. Oh, it went to the heaven. All it means, it's in the sky. No, all it means is that this nigga judgment has reached its full. It's reached its max. Now it's time for this nigga to be destroyed. It's reached the climax. All right? Now it's time to end it. It's like when you having sex. Man or woman, you reach your climax, and then you release. You know what I'm saying? It's time for judgment to release on this damn devil. All right? So anyway, yeah, that's the point I want to get with that. This nigga, his sins reached unto the heavens, bro. That's what it's going into. You got Obadiah 1 and 3. All right? Let me see what that say. Yeah, the pride of thy heart. See me, that was cliff for that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we could read this Obadiah 1, verse 3-4. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Talking about Esau, a cave dweller, right? What they call themselves, Caucasians, that literally means cave dweller. That means they are from the Caucasus. The Caucasus was mountains. And the Caucasian means literally cave dweller. Look into it. Now it says, whose habitation is high, because they set themselves high. They lift themselves up on high. Esau is very prideful, the most prideful. And it says that saith in his heart, meaning in his mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? Like it says in Psalm 49 and 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. They even go and name lands after themselves. Now it says, who shall bring me down to the ground? So he believes he's never going to fall. He believes he's above the Heavenly Father. So that's what all that is going into. You understand? Now it also says, right? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, because the eagle is the highest flying bird. It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? Thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. So you're going to come down, right? Your sins reach into the heavens. Nigga, the Lord going to humble your ass. He's going to bring you down on the level that you're supposed to be as the basis of what? Men. You are the basis of men. All right? So, there's a lot of precepts I want to hit here, huh? Goodness gracious. Right. As Revelation 18:5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Boom. This bitch's sins have reached unto heaven. The Lord remember her iniquities. That was even better than that Jeremiah 51. That's cold, man. You got Luke 21:24, where it says, I'm not going to get it, but it says basically we were being enslaved by the sword, by all the heathens, but all the way until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, meaning there is a cap. There is a period of the time that this empire, that the heathen rule, this first earth age will go through, and then it will eventually end. Whereas the second earth age will not have a cap. There is no end to the second earth age, but this first one has a cap. The time of the Gentiles will be ended when Esau falls in his last empire, his last dynasty. All right. Or the last phase of his dynasty. Right, you got Second Esdras 6:9. For Jacob is the beginning of the for Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, because the Lord said, not Lord, Ezra said before that. I don't want to rush this. I ain't gonna rush this. I do want to touch upon those, man. So let me just dot these that I actually did hit, because I want to hit all those precepts, man. I hit that Obadiah, I hit that Jeremiah 51, hit that Luke 21. All right, because I want to hit all those precepts, man. That's good stuff to go into. So, Lord willing, y'all will edify, and then I'm gonna resume this lesson a little later. Lord willing, I will actually resume it later and get it knocked out today. So I do hope and pray that this was edifying. It will be a part 4, but it's gonna be a real brief, a brief one. So I'm gonna close giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rachak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Abba Bal, Kwame Yasharala, Gadol Abadim, Laba Bal, Gadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wahabathum. And until next time, I would like to say unto you all, Shalom. Keep on pushing. We almost out. Endure.